Hi there! For this video, we'll try to incorporate all of the types of rational numbers and combine them in examples. So just to recall, these rational numbers, in this we have the fractions, then we have the decimals, and lastly, we have the percents. So take note that this video might be a bit long, so just check the timestamps out there so you could skip to some examples in this video. So let's start with the first example. So which of the following is not equivalent to 2 and 4 over 5? So the technique that we would use here is that we would try to convert this given, this one, depending on what we need. So for this one, note that this one can be written as 2 and 4 times 3 all over 5 times 3. So we can clearly cancel the 3 out here, leaving us with 2 and 4 over 5. So it's the same as the one out here. So that is not the answer that we aim for. How about the next one? We have 2.8. Now again, we can write this one as 2 and 8 over 10. So basically, this is from converting decimals to fractions. And observe that we can actually write this one as 2 and 4 times 2 over 5 times 2. So we can again cancel the 2 out here, leaving us with 2 and 4 over 5. So it's again same as this one. So that is not the answer that we aim for again. How about the third one? Remember that given an improper fraction, we can convert it to its mixed form. So we have just a scratch out here. We have 5 divided by 12. So this one would give us 2. This will be 10. Subtract that would leave us with 2. So, given this, we know that this one is 2 from out here. This one is 2 from out here. And this one is over 5. So, clearly, this one is not equal to 2 and 4 over 5. So, this is correct. This is one of the answers that we need. So let's circle that one out. But let's also check the last item. But note that we can write this one as 2.8 due to the conversion of percent to decimal. Again, we simply move 2 decimal places to the left to convert percent into decimal. And what can you observe here? This one is simply the one in letter B, which we know to be this one. So we know that 280% is also equal to 2 and 4 over 5. And so our answer is only C. So that's it for our first example. Let's move on to this next example. We have arranged the rational numbers from least to greatest. Now there are many ways that we can go on in answering this problem, but I would personally convert all of this into decimal. Simply because it's like, as I have previously mentioned, we have fraction to decimal to percent. And same for vice versa. So it's like decimal is in the middle. So I personally would prefer that we just convert all of this into decimal instead of converting it to fraction or to percent, since that would add an additional step. So we have 240% would simply be moved 2 decimal places. So this one would be 2.40 or simply 2.4. For 1.5, simply bring it down. For 7/4, what we can do is we can convert this improper fraction into its mixed form. So let's add a scratch out here. So we have 4 divided by 7. This would give us 1. This one would be 4. Subtract that, give us 3. So this one will be 1 and 3/4. Now for this one, we can convert this 4/5 into its decimal form. And that would simply be 5 divided by 4. Put a decimal out here. This one would be 8. So when we subtract, it's 0. So this one is actually 2.8. Since the 2 is from out here and the 0.8 is from this one. So now we only have one left that is not in its decimal form. So to convert that, we simply, this 3/4, we convert that to decimal. So again, we have 4 divided by 3, put a decimal out here. So this one would be 7. This one 28. Subtract that one would give us 2. Put another 0 here. And this one would be 5. Subtract the 20. And we have 0.75. So this one is 1.75. Since we have the 1 from out here and the 0.75 from out here. And now we can easily arrange these numbers into its from least to greatest. So we have from least, we have 1.5, then 1.75, then 2.4, and lastly 2.8. But note that this is not the value that is given to us. So we again convert this. So 1.5, it's simply still 1.5. And for 1.75, this one is this. So going our way back up, it's 7/4. So this one will be 7/4. Then we do the same for the remaining. The 2.4 is from 240%. And the 2.8 is from 2 and 4/5. And so this is our final answer already. So that is how we can arrange a set of rational numbers. Simply convert it to one of its kind, like decimal, fraction, or percent. Let's have this third example. We have 3/5 plus 2.375 minus 100%. Now for this one, we again apply the same concept like in number 2. We try to convert this one into only one of its kind. And again, I prefer the decimal, so we do that. So this 3/5 in scratch, that would give us with 5/3. Put the decimal out here. This would give us 6. So this one is simply 0.6 plus, this is already in decimal, so we bring that one down. For 100%, how do we write this one in decimal? Again, we move 2 decimal places to the left. So this one would become simply 1. There. And then this one is just some basic arithmetic, but let's start with this one. So for this 2, again, adding decimals, we align the decimal point out here and put some zeros. So this would become 5, 7, 9, decimal point, and 2. Then we bring down the 1 out here. And for this one, note that we can actually write 2.975 as 2 plus 0.975 minus 1. And so, we can rearrange this through commutativity. That would give us with 2 minus 1 plus 0.975. And we know that 2 minus 1 is simply 1. And so adding this 2 would give us with 1.975. That is the answer for this problem. Let's have this fourth example. We have, what is half of 5 over 8 of 64? So this is like a percentage problem out here, but with a mix, since we add a half of it. So we first compute for this one. For this problem, we are tasked to find the P. Remember, this one is R times B. Our rate for this one is actually 5 over 8, and 64 is our base. Then note that we can write this one as 5 over 8 times 8 times 8. So we can cancel out the 8's out here, leaving us with 40. Then since we are asked to get the half of that one, we get the half of this one, and that would simply be 20. That is the answer for this problem. So it's basically a percentage problem with a twist. Let's have this fifth problem. We're tasked to solve this one. Now this is similar to our third problem. Let's scroll that one up out here. But this time we have a non-terminating decimal. So for this one, since it's hard to solve this one it's hard to solve this problem in decimals if we have a non-terminating decimal. So what I'll do is I'll convert all of this into fraction. So again, this one is already in fraction. 60% in fraction is simply 60 over 100 times 1.6. Recall that in fraction, this one is 1 and 6 over 9. Since we put a 9 in the denominator for non-terminating decimals. Then, just some manipulation, just verify that 60 over 100 in simplest forms is 3 over 5. And this one, if we convert this one into its simplest form, this would be 1 and 2 over 3. Then converting this one into its improper form, that one is actually 5 over 3. Now here, what can you observe out here? Observe that we can actually cancel out the 3 here and the 5 here. So this whole part out here is actually equal to 1. And so we simply have let's use this one. So this one would simply be 7 over 11 plus 1, or 1 in to have a same denominator as the one in the left would simply be 11 over 11. And so the final answer for this one is 18/11. Or now let's stick with this one. So we have this one. And so that is the answer for this problem. Let's have this last example. If we have 30% of 80 is equivalent to 4/3 of what? So this is like a percentage problem, but will involve equivalence. So for first, this one, this part, we have 30% times 80, since this one is the rate times base. Now for the other one, we know that this one is equal to 4/3. So this one is 4/3 of question mark, since that is what we are trying to find. But let's use a variable instead. Let's use a out there. There. So we are tasked to find a in this case. So we can multiply 3/4 both sides. So that would cancel out the 3 here and the 4 here. So this one would become a is equal to 3/4. 30% in fractions is 30/100, and we have 80. Now from here, we can actually cancel out some of this. So observe that for this one, we can cancel out the 0 out here, since both of them are divisible by 10. So we erase that one. Also, we can cancel out the 0 out here, since they both have zeros in the last digit. So that means they are both divisible by 10. So erase that one. And then note that 8 is equal to 4 times 2. So we write this one as 4 times 2. So we can cancel out the 4 out here, leaving us with 3 times 3 times 2. And this is simply 3 times 3 is 9 times 2 is 18. And so that is the final answer for this. And so that's basically it. Quite a long video than usual, but I hope that you were able to try out these problems by yourself, and feel free to comment down below what else do you want to see as content, and probably problems that you want to solve. And yep, so that's all for this video.